10 seconds, 5 seconds, start. It was a beautiful night, full stop. Although it was very warm, the air was clear and it was possible to make out the distant line of the higher land to the east, full stop. The leaves moved a little as the night air played among them, and we could hear the sounds of the movement as we walked along, full stop. Next para. The fireflies were out in their hundreds, and their lights came and went as they flew along, full stop. We could follow their course by watching the coming and the going of their little lights, full stop. When we first got out of the car and began to walk, we thought that everything was still and soundless. But as we grew used to the night, we found that all was sound and movement, full stop. Masses of little living things were on the move, and they all in turn gave voice to their desires or needs as they went on their way, perhaps looking for food, perhaps moving for no reason at all except the desire not to be still, full stop. Next para. It was dangerous, people said, to walk about after night had fallen, full stop. Animals were out under cover of the night and would not be seen until it was too late, full stop. The great water loving animals who kept in the water by day came on land at night, and with their great heavy bodies they could overturn a car, full stop. They could run too, and it would be very difficult for man or women to move quickly enough to get out of their way once they charged, full stop. Next para. Just stories. We thought you would not get these things happening so near to houses and a town, we said, full stop. It was only a small town, but still it was a town, and one did not in these days get charged by animals in streets and among houses, full stop. Next para. But of course we were no longer on the streets, and the lights of the nearest houses could not be seen, full stop. The only lights we saw were the little one of the fireflies as they went on their way for purposes known only to themselves, full stop. It was the kind of night on which anything could happen, for not often in life are nights quite so perfect, quite so cut off from all that is real and earthly, full stop. Next para. We made our way little by little to the water, full stop. At last we came into the open, and therein Front of us was a mighty inland sea, a piece of water 200 miles and more across. Full stop. The water was still and was touched by little points of light copied from the millions of white bodies over our heads. Full stop. They looked so near in that clear night that we had the feeling that we could touch them if we sailed on the waters. Full stop. Next para. If only we had a little sailing ship now, we cried. Full stop. If only we could sail away out and out in this still beautiful water. Full stop. Next para. If we sailed away now, said one, I am sure we could never come back. Full stop. That water is not of this world, I am sure. And when daylight came, we should find ourselves in the great unknown. Full stop. Next para. We did not really believe this, and yet it seemed possible. Full stop. Anything seemed possible on such a night and in such a place. Full stop. Then we heard the strangest sound, and looking in its direction, we saw our eyes now used to the blackness, great animals coming out of the water and on to the land about 200 yards away. Full stop. Next para. Without speaking, we turned away, trying not to call attention to our movements. Full stop. When we were out of the open and among the undergrowth, once more we walked quickly. Full stop. As we got near to the car, we said, yes, you see, those stories are not true. Full stop. The things keep near to the water. Full stop. They would not come all this way. Full stop. But when we reached our car, we found it on its side, and the footmarks of a large animal were clearly to be seen on the earth nearby. Full stop. Stop.